when my brother and I were starting our first company, instead of getting an apartment, we just rented a small office and we slept on the couch.
I was working hard, and not getting results. When I combined it with working smart, that's when things started to take off.
It doesn't matter where you start. It only matters where you're willing to go and the price that you're willing to pay to get there.
Rise and shine!
It's Entspresso time.
Hey, it's Carmichael, and I am not a morning person. I'm not. But if you start your day with a thing that inspires you, like watching this video, it will change your life. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee, know that I believe in you, and get ready for a shot of Entspresso from Elon Musk.
I wake up every morning. Espresso keep me going. I wake up every morning.
Depending on how well you want to do, and particularly if you're starting a company, you need to work super hard. So what does super hard mean? Well, when my brother and I were starting our first company, instead of getting an apartment, we just rented a small office and we slept on the couch. And we showered at the YMCA, and we're so hot up we had just one computer. So the website was up during the day, and I was coding at night, 7 days a week, all the time. And I sort of briefly had a girlfriend in that period, and in order to be with me, she had to sleep in the office. So work hard, like every waking hour. That's the thing I would say particularly if you're starting a company. And I mean, if you do simple math, say like, okay, if somebody else is working 50 hours and you're working 100, you'll get twice as much done in the course of a year as the other company.
You have to work hard and smart. It's not one or the other. People ask me all the time, Evan, do I have to work hard or do I have to work smart? Both! The answer is both. All of your heroes, all the people you look up to, all the people you want to be like, all the people who've accomplished what you want to accomplish, they do both. They work very hard and they work smart. If you only focus on one, you're not going to accomplish the mission, the goals that you're after. Hard work is your ticket in. Nobody has accomplished anything of any significance without a lot of hard work. A lot. It's your ticket in. But hard work alone isn't enough. There are plenty of people, myself included when I was first starting my company, who worked hard. There's lots of people who work hard. There's people here, you know, at Costco. Can you see the Costco sign? There's a lot of people here at Costco who will work really hard, who don't get ahead, who don't accomplish their goals. There's lots of people that you know who work really hard. Maybe your parents, maybe your friends, maybe your family. You know they're not just mailing it in. You know they're working really hard, and yet they're earning minimum wage. They're not moving any closer to their dreams. They've maybe even given up on their big dreams in life. So hard work alone isn't enough, but it's your ticket in. It has to be both. Work hard, work smart. So when I first started my business, I was working hard. I was working my face off. This is why I ended up not liking my life, was because I was working so hard and not getting results. I woke up every day. I turned down the six-figure-a-year job to work every day, drive to my business partner's apartment, work at his dining room table because his office, his little home office, was too small for me to be in there. And I got there first thing in the morning and I left after it was dark, and I packed my bean salad lunch with me every day. And that was every day. Every day, wake up every day, do the same thing. Every day, do the same thing. Every day, do the same thing. Had no girlfriend, had no friends, had no money to be with friends, did basically nothing else. Woke up, went to his apartment, worked, nighttime, go home, rinse and repeat. And there's, I think, only so much you can do of that when you're getting no results. That just takes its toll. I was somebody who, whenever I put myself into something, whenever I put my mind on something, I would eventually get results, right? I mean, you've probably seen that yourself. You've put your effort towards something, you eventually see results. And here I was every single day, all day long, pouring everything I have into this business, and nothing was happening, nothing. And I'm making no money, and I'm feeling worthless, and I'm too embarrassed to tell my friends that it wasn't working, and I have all this pressure on myself to make this work, and starting to regret, why didn't I just go back and take that job that I could have had and all my friends were taking? So the hard work alone wasn't enough, and it broke me. It broke me. It got to the point where I told my business partner, I quit. I can't do this anymore. I need to feel like I'm a valuable human being. It fully broke me. And then, as you may have heard the story already, the next day I woke up and I said, I can't quit yet because I haven't given it everything. I don't want to look back on my life and regret this moment right here. Regret this moment as the time where I knew I could have done a little bit more. I had a little bit left in the tank and I quit. I didn't want to look back on my life and regret this moment right now. But I couldn't just keep doing these things the same way I was doing it. And that's where I asked myself the magical question of who has done this thing before and how can I learn from their success? Now I call it modeling success. And now it's a default strategy I use for anything I'm trying to do that I don't know how to do. You don't know how to do something? Model success. The success leaves clues, it will teach you. But when I was first getting started, I had no idea what it was called. It was a measure of last resort because I didn't want to quit. And that's where I discovered Bill Gates. That's where I discovered his story, how he started, led to my first deal for $13,500, and then the rest is history, and the company grew. That was the start of me working smart. I was working hard, and not getting results. When I combined it with working smart, that's when things started to take off. A lot of people are just trying to work smart. and that's not gonna get you anywhere either if you're not working hard. It has to be in that combination. So how do you do it? How do you actually start working smart and working hard at the same time? Well, first off is your actions have to map to your ambitions. So look at your calendar. Look at the life that you want. And when I'm saying working hard, it's not just working hard for your business, it's working hard for the life that you want. What kind of life do you want? What kind of relationships do you want? What do you want your body to look like? What kind of life do you want? And then put that in your calendar. So if you want to have great relationships, then where in your calendar are you spending time on your relationships? Whether that's your intimate relationship and you're spending time every day connecting, whether that's your friend relationships and you're spending time every week doing something, whether it's your parents and you want to call your mom every week, like put it in your calendar. We often only put our business stuff in our calendar, and then our health and our relationships massively suffer because of it. It's very typical for entrepreneurs. You only put your business stuff in your calendar, and what gets put in your calendar, you're way more likely to actually go off and do, but then everything else falls aside. Everything else falls aside because you haven't prioritized it. You have to put in your calendar. Put your me time in your calendar. Put your fitness time, your health time in your calendar. Put your relationship time in your calendar. Put your work time in your calendar too. So you should be able to look at your calendar over the next week and see from up above to say, okay, if I did these things that are in my calendar, am I moving closer to the life that I want to be living? Am I moving closer to my health, relationship, business, financial goals? Yes, great, do it. No, great, go back and tweak it. Most people don't have the clarity to actually create that for themselves in their life. So step number one is your actions have to map to your ambitions, okay? Step number two is you model success. You find the people who've accomplished those things in different areas. I love learning different things from different people. Your goal is not to be the next Elon Musk. Your goal is to be the best you, but you can take a piece from Elon Musk. I look at Elon Musk and say, I want to be a visionary like Elon Musk. I am wowed by the scale and the size of his thinking. I love it. It makes me want to think bigger and play a bigger game. Every time, it's great. I don't want to be a father like Elon Musk. I don't want to be a husband like Elon Musk. I would rather be a father and a husband like my father is. And so that's great. You learn different things from different people. You've got different goals. You have financial goals and health goals and personal goals and relationship goals and business goals and all of those goals. You find the best inside of those and you model them. You are around them every day. It's why I make all the videos that I do on my channels to introduce you to different people so that you have different models of success. And every single day I'm making videos across all these different channels to try to hit you in a lot of different ways with a new mentor who might be able to guide you. So whatever you don't know what to do, model the people who have done it. If there is a shortcut, if there's a hack for life, that's it. Success leaves clues. Go find the people and look at how they started, not how he does it now or she does it now, but how did they start? How did it go from just having that goal and struggling to actually accomplishing stage one of the goal? So step number one is your actions have to map to your ambitions. Step number two is you model success. And step number three is, I don't see it as work. Don't see work as work. People ask me, how much are you working? I don't know. I don't actually keep track. Is it 40 hours? Is it 60 hours? Is it 100 hours? I don't know. What's work? Is this work? This doesn't work for me. This doesn't feel like work. I'm sitting here making videos for you while Nina's inside, you know, at the Costco. Can you see the Costco? Did I already try this? Maybe not. Anyway, at the Costco, you know, getting groceries and running our errands, and we're with the dogs here, and I'm making videos. This doesn't feel like work to me. I wouldn't classify it as, oh, I'm going to my job. I love this stuff. This is great. If Nina was hanging out with her friends on a Friday afternoon and I wasn't invited, there's an 85% chance I'm gonna be working on something. Ooh, I got 4 extra hours to free up to do something by myself. Great. There's a 15% chance I'm playing League of Legends and an 85% chance I'm working on some new project. But I don't see it as work. And I think if you study successful people, they'll see that over and over and over again, is that they love what they're doing so much that it's not work, that you get lost in it. It's not a job that they have to go to. It actually becomes the escape because they love it so much. And so think about your own process. Do you actually love the work that you're doing and don't see it as work, but see it as just an extension of who you are? So if you want to work super hard and work super smart as well to accomplish your goals, step number one is your actions have to map to your ambitions. Step number two is model success and find the people who've done it. And step number three, don't see your work as work. Now I've got a special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy, but before that, it's time for the question of the day. I wanna know, what was your single biggest takeaway from this video and your plan of action for the next week? When you just watch a video and you get motivated, the science says you have a 35% chance of following through. That's it, 35% chance. You're motivated, 35% chance of following through. But when you create a plan of action for what you're actually going to do, that jumps to 91% chance of following through. And when you commit to somebody else and make it public, that goes to 95%. Believe Nation, I want you to follow through. So tell me your single biggest takeaway from this video and your plan of action for the next week. Put it down in the comments below so I can celebrate you.
There are just times when something is important enough, you believe in it enough, that you do it in spite of fear. That ended up being worse than if we had designed a car from the beginning. When you want to do something new, you have to apply the physics approach.
The man on top of the mountain didn't fall there. It's so tempting to look at people that have achieved the extraordinary and dismiss them as being more talented than you, better than you. But what you need to see is the simple truth. They've worked harder than you. They've earned something that you haven't yet earned. But here's the great news. That's empowering. Once you understand that they've just busted ass, once you understand that they've just put in an inhuman amount of work, and that the only thing that distinguishes the people that are on top of the mountain, the people that have really done something that's going to last, is that they put in the effort. They work on themselves. They understand that through discipline and effort over time, that we can get better. That is the human condition. That is the thing that I find most beautiful about being a person, is it doesn't matter if you're bad today. It doesn't matter where you start. It only matters where you're willing to go and the price that you're willing to pay to get there. And once you buckle down and you assure yourself and back it up with action that you're willing to pay any price to achieve the things that you want to achieve, then you'll really be living a limitless life.
If you want another awesome Elon Musk video, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
I think it's also important to reason from first principles rather than by analogy. So the normal way that we conduct our lives is we reason by analogy.